Y'all already know that's been my go-to, and I've been hooked like crabs.
Like
I've
your
been
favorite right
hooked.
now.
Well, that probably wasn't nice to say.
I like
that
crabs.
wasn't a good idea. Okay, I'll take the crabs out of it. We've been talking about him all day long, and my man's is here with family, because this is like literally home. So,
Yes.
Tyrese is here. Hi.
What's up, everybody?
You haven't been here
It's
since we like revamped the spot, have you?
Yeah, I'm looking at the walls.
Yeah, because you look like you're in a strange place, and
Yeah,
you've been here several times.
Yeah, I just woke up too. I went night in the back seat.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, this is it's good to see you. It's good to be here.
It's good to see you. So I have to ask, how are you doing, Tyrese? How are you? Like literally, how are you physically, spiritually, mentally? How are you feeling right now? You good?
No, I'm not good. I'll probably be better when this divorce is finalized. I'll be better when I figure out how I'm gonna launch this album, when I'm gonna finish this album. Yeah, it's a lot going on. But as far as am I at peace, I'm happier than I've ever been, just in general. But yeah, I just have things that it's like having a windshield, and then you got a couple mosquitoes and a couple things on your windshield that's stopping things from being completely clear.
Hold on one second.
But you're still driving.
Yeah, hey,
you still got a window.
It's just for a minute, please. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, you're still driving, still got a window, but just a couple mosquitoes and bugs and bird droppings on your windshield blocking the view. That's the best way to describe it.
So it's a little confusing, because when you say I'm the happiest I've ever been, but I'm not good right now.
I'm the happiest I've ever been. Can we bring the music down a little bit? Because see, that song makes me happy.
Oh, is that what it is? That song makes you happy?
When I say I'm the happiest I've ever been, like I've never been. I'm at a creative peak in my life where it's no longer a dream if you're physically experiencing the dream. It's not a dream car if you're in the car.
Ooh, that's good.
I am experiencing a lot of things that God has dropped on me with visions and ideas. And it's happening on such a extreme level. I'm just trying to process it all. So for all of you prayer warriors out there like me, I wanna just give y'all a small heads up. Be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. And I mean this in a positive way. It means most of us are praying for something, for the breakthrough, for whatever that other level is you want and you desire. And then to realize that it's actually happening. And although you wanted it, it's here and you wasn't prepared for it. So I don't feel prepared for all of these amazing things that are happening.
Amazing things have been happening for you since Coca-Cola, Tyrese. How are you not prepared?
That's amazing, because I didn't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
I seen this. I envisioned this. I desired this. I wanted this. Mm-hmm. See, I dream with my eyes open. I want to become the things I see. When I see other people do things and accomplish things, the seeds are planted, and then the wheels start turning, and then to be able to have it for yourself. So the drama in my life is specifically to like an unexpected divorce, having to release a song entitled I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me, working on an album entitled Beautiful Pain, and then while you're in the vocal booth singing, what the hell am I doing here? Where's my wife? Why am I not going home to a marriage and a relationship that I thought I would be in for the rest of my life? Real stuff. That, why is my mom dead? She was in a coma 2 times. I seen God pull her out of it. I was there. I was standing over her in her third coma, expecting a move from God because I had seen him do it twice before, and it didn't happen this time. And so I'm just processing the things that I don't understand.
And yet you're happy.
I'm all while rejoicing and giving God all the glory for all of the things that he is doing. See, depression is a choice for some people who don't suffer from depression. I'm not naturally a depressed person. I've never been diagnosed with being depressed. I don't take no medicine for depression. But if you allow things that keep hitting you back to back to back to back to beat you down mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, then you slip into a bad place and you're trying to shake it. So I thank God that that's not what's going on with me. But for the things that irritate me, bother me, the things that I'm confused about, the things that I'm just trying to process, you got all that going on in the same spirit as me recognizing the breakthroughs and all of these life-changing things happening in real time. So yeah, it's been interesting.
So you have mentioned that you've been going to therapy.
I've been in therapy since I was 8 years old. I used to do therapy around the corner. That's when I first started. I went to a school called Slauson Learning Center, SLC. Yeah. I got kicked out of public school. I was bad as hell. Always cracking jokes, wanted to be the center of attention. Never had learning problems. Always a straight A student. But I went to that school when I got kicked out of public school. I got kicked out of Grape Street Elementary in Watts. Went to SLC and was there for many years. And then I got kicked out of that school, and that's how I ended up at Locke High School. So, yeah, therapy is something that I wish was in every school, because students, we've always seen and been exposed to a lot in the hood. This ain't the suburbs, the hood.
Yeah.
So if I'm playing basketball with the homie on a Monday and he's dead on Tuesday, how do you expect me to focus on algebra on Wednesday?
Damn.
You know, like, I'm too young to be trying to process the homie ain't coming back no more. And now we doing fundraisers trying to raise money because we was too young in our family to be thinking about insurance. So I've seen every level of dysfunction imaginable. Drugs, murder, prostitution, excessive force, rape, heroin, crack cocaine, marijuana, molestation. You know, the homies in jail, all levels of dysfunction, which says to me, like, when I go through things, I thank God for all that I've been through, because I really can't say that none of this stuff that I'm going through is worse than what I've been through. And that's the perspective that you can only have from being in a toxic, volatile environment.
You said you've been in therapy since you were 8 years old. When you talk about Beautiful Pain, I've read some articles where you talk about Beautiful Pain, the forthcoming album, obviously. You talked about how creating this album and producing this album, therapy helped you, though. So do you mean therapy then or therapy now? No, I want to make sure I clarify. I've been in therapy since I was 8 years old, but it's not like I did it consistently since I was 8. I'm 44 now. Right.
So, there's something amongst us as a culture where we make you feel bad about seeking help when you recognize that you actually have a problem. So I love that everything is about mental health awareness, because that was something that we shame, if you scared, go to church. So now it's like, well, damn, I'm not scared, so should I go to church? So it's something, you going to see a shrink?
Yeah.
Yeah, to shrink these problems. I got stuff on my mind that happened in this family that maybe nobody in the hood know anything about, that I need to go see somebody, because I'm about to lose my mind because I can't get it off my mind as far as the process. And like I said, I was introduced to therapy at 8, And what I'm feeling and dealing with right now is I'm dealing with an unexpected divorce. I was with this woman for 5 years, never cheated, never went through my phone. I want to believe I got more access to women than most. I never did it.
I'd say you do.
So for me to, us as men, it's so much harder for us to commit on such an extreme level. And when we finally do, we like, man, I'm in here. I'm doing this for the rest of my life. I didn't play my games. I didn't hit every club. I didn't trick my money. I didn't been played with. I didn't done it all on the biggest level. I'm tired of texting and hiding. I'm tired of the games. I'm tired of juggling all these schedule and all these women. And other dudes is involved in other things, which is a whole nother whatever. But for me, I just got burnt out with doing too much. And, Rev Run, one of my best friends, I remember when I first got with him, he said, how many more? And I really had to pause and go, I don't know.
Ooh.
How many more? Like, how many more, like, the high of knocking down a new one? The high of let's hit the club, we're going to pull up in this, we wearing that, the cologne smell like, how many more? And that was the start of me growing up.
Tell me if I'm going too far. So you talk about how the divorce was completely unexpected and that it's nothing that you wanted. Are you feeling bad about the divorce because the relationship didn't work or because of the things that have happened while you're going through a divorce?
I've seen a lot of people go through a divorce. My pain is specifically connected to what exactly did I do? I'm confused. I've pulled out my human calculator. I don't care about people listening to this interview and adding things up for themselves. You wasn't with this woman, and you wasn't with me. So there's two people and God that knows what we signed up for and ultimately what made the light switch go off in her head. But I would hope that she loved me enough to tell me what I actually said and did. And when was it over? That's one of the song titles on my album. When was it over for you? Because it's never over when they file.
Right.
Something else happened. Something was said. It could be a culmination of a lot of things.
And you're saying you don't have the answer to that?
I don't know why.
To this day?
To this day. All I can tell you is I don't think you ever loved me. Because if you did, it'd have never been that easy for you to file and walk away and never come back.
I will say from your personal, beautiful pain, I love the song. It is classic new age Tyrese. I love the music. I love the lyrics. It's really like it's that soul. It's that soul that's coming back into music. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's deep. And I can't imagine that there aren't other men who feel that way. You're kind of a martyr, wouldn't you say, in terms of when it comes to being speaking out on things that have to do with black men? I mean, I ain't putting you in Martin Luther King's category. Folks, people get mad at me. I'm not saying that, y'all.
No, it's all right. I mean, there's a lot of different versions of being Dr. King. So I get it. I mean, here's the thing. I haven't really, and that's fine that you and other people may feel that way. I haven't arrived at what I am.
Okay, I like that.
I haven't arrived at.
I like that answer.
God is using you. You're going through this to shed light on. I haven't gotten into the charitable aspect of what's going on. I can just tell you I don't like it. I can tell you I wish I was still married. I can tell you that.
Do you wish you were still married to her?
Not now. But I wish I was still married. Like it was I was up there with the Care Bears. You know, I was gone. I was like, this is a world within a world that I've never had. Like money up, money down, hot, not. I'm married, bro. This is This is a sanctuary. This is something that my confidence and my being, my energy was, it was the proudest thing I had ever done.
You enjoyed being a husband.
I loved it. When I took my wedding band off, I was light-skinned under my finger because I never took it off. Yeah.
He was light-skinned.
That's real.
Stop it, Tyrese. We're gonna go to a commercial break on that note, and then we go come back.
Long time if you was
light skinned. That was Drake under my finger.
Coming back with more Tyrese.
Radio Free.
Tyrese in the studio with us today, and yeah,
we going in.
I already told y'all he was gonna go in today, but he stepped in going in. I thought we was gonna warm up. He's like, I'm good.
I'm not here. This is LA, man. There's enough small talk going on out here.
All right. Can I at least play the song, Tyrese?
Yeah, could I? I want to get to really quick. Your question was about this album, and I have to be honest and tell y'all that this is the most important. I've never done an album and considered it art ever in my life. I sing, I perform, I do videos. Sometimes songs come from a real place. Other times it's a great song that has nothing to do with what I've been through. I just love the song. I'm like, yo, let's do it. Every song on this album, 20 songs, a double album. It's entitled Beautiful Pain. And this is the first time I can say that I have released a song that I didn't want to release. And I'm singing an album about topics and things that I never thought I would ever be singing about. I was so happily married. In my mind, the hardest struggle was for me to go to the studio. I'm not about to sing sexual records about my wife. That would be stupid. I'm known for sensual and sexual songs. Am I finna go tell the world how I feel about what I'm doing in the bedroom with my wife? I don't know. I've never been so publicly married. So now am I on stage singing about songs that has nothing to do with the reality of my life when everybody can clearly see that I'm married and who I'm married to? That was confusing. I'm so happy, but am I about to do a whole album about how happy I am? Finally, the devil loves on top, baby, because you're the one I love. I don't know if I could get away.
I can hear a happy Tyrese.
I got happy songs.
Tyrese.
I got happy songs.
Yes.
A whole album about my happiness. I don't really know.
There is nothing more beautiful in music than love songs. You are a sex symbol. Look, we know that. You know that. You've been a sex symbol since day one. So let's not pretend that women would not love to hear a sex symbol sing about love, about being married, about the things you're talking about now when you talk about you didn't even want to leave the house. You were so happily married.
Okay. Sex symbol. Unpack that.
Unpack it. Go ahead.
This sex doesn't belong to anybody anymore when you're married. It's a topic. It's a place that you can't really go unless they know you going into freaky nasty whatever you doing, whatever you doing with your, that's like
right. I got you.
That ain't.
But what I'm saying is we've been with you since day one.
You've never been with me married.
No. That's my point. We would love to take that journey with you.
I couldn't figure it out. I was on stage wearing a wedding band and I would have women that's like screaming, but he's taking. Oh, I love you though, but he's taking. It was really different. And I'm not saying that I have any regrets about me being married because I was struggling with what songs to do now that I represent this new thing.
Right.
Because obviously, we are at a radio station owned by Mr. I Love You. And there's all kind of ways to represent that. I just could not figure it out for me. So now that this divorce has happened, now that we are no longer together, now that I'm like bleeding out loud, which us as men have been shamed into speaking about our thoughts and feelings. Why don't you talk? I know you got something on your mind. Why don't you talk to me? Like, come on. You all getting all quiet and keeping to yourself. And as soon as the woman encourages you to speak, as soon as you speak, we get our head caved in for speaking. Now you talk too much. Now you posting too much. Now you putting too much of your business out there. Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Do you think you share too much?
I don't. I feel like if I took my last breath tomorrow, I came and I left this world with people knowing my truth every step of the way. I don't care to inspire people with a Rolls Royce. I don't care to inspire people with my net worth. 25,000 square foot mansion with a bumblebee in the foyer. That's nice.
You have a bumblebee in the foyer? Mm-hmm. Oh, you have the transformer.
Mm-hmm. I don't care about none of those things. I want people to be able to say, that dude was from South Central LA, and instead of him being another master of deception with filters and cutting and pasting the reality of what you're actually feeling and going through your mind, whether we like it or not, he was honest.
So when you weren't making the music during your marriage, do you feel like, I mean, you kind of led onto it, but do you feel like you would have been deceiving us by being on stage and women clamoring after you?
Yeah. Because I went above and beyond to not create insecurities in my marriage. The only woman I kissed in 5 years of being with my ex was Naomi Harris in the film Black and Blue, and I kissed her on her forehead.
Which is a great film, by the way.
Thank you.
I did see it.
I could have kissed her in the lips. My wife was on set when we shot Black and Blue. I said, babe, you got to come in town because today we're about to do this scene and I want you to be here because I don't want you to see this in the theater and feel away.
There are artists who make that work, though, right? Like, we're talking about Stevie Wonder.
Of course.
Kenny Lattimore.
Of course. Listen, my approach to relationships has nothing to do with what anybody else's approach is. There's people out here into polygamy, threesomes, foursomes. They out here adventurous. As long as you and your wife on the same page about how y'all moving, have fun. I don't throw stones. I don't judge. I don't try and get anybody to adjust to the way I see it and the way I move. That was just my personal discomfort. And so, yeah,
And so the sacrifice of that puts you in a mode of what happened? What did I do wrong?
I went pretty far to try and make it work.
You did.
And I want y'all to know, like, I'm not playing victim. I'm not a manipulator. I'm not gaslighting. I actually don't care if you don't believe me. This is my truth. And if you look at her Instagram or her podcast, she's on there speaking her truth. But because I was finally able to speak out about what's been really going on, everybody is now looking at her timeline like, yo, this is all a game this whole time.
I have to ask, Tyrese.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask. In relationships, both parties are culpable. Is there anything you think you could have done better or done wrong? Like anything. Nobody's perfect, especially in relationships.
Nobody is perfect, but if you Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union and your husband has a child behind your back and you decide to proceed with your husband, that would be a much bigger pill for most women to swallow. I never did that.
So you're saying whatever you did, if there was anything you did, it wasn't enough to say, I want out.
There is nobody that was in our life that was married, because we literally submerged ourselves with men and women of God, pastors, like it was full on. Double dates, vacationing, we was full on. Like we want to continue moving in the direction of the Lord Jesus Christ, the right conversations, the right dialogue, and get away from the goofy stuff. Because you one phone call away from a homegirl trying to talk you out of what you have because she don't have what you have. And the homies the same thing. You know, like if you hanging out with a bunch of single homies, as soon as you start venting and talking about some issues you're going through, they're mad that you married and they're going to try and give you some advice to get you back to the club because they missed the homie. So yeah, I mean, issues are issues, but can I sit here with my human calculator and go, I remember when I said that. I remember when I did that. I would have left me if somebody did that to me.
You don't have it.
I ain't got it.
You do have a song. Can I play it? You want to introduce it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's rock and roll.
The song is entitled, I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me. It's featuring Lenny Kravitz on the guitar. That's him right there. I need y'all to call KJLH every single day.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry to mess you up, but when you said Lenny Kravitz, I'm sorry. And you were talking about how you were getting into, you and your wife were getting into, you know, you kept company with people who were in the church and things like that. Leandra Johnson is on here, right?
Yes.
So you really, like, I've seen, you've been hanging out with Kim Burrell.
Yeah.
So you're, I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. You were
Pastor
really
John
moving
Gray.
Yeah.
Creflo, Taffy Dollar.
I felt like I saw you with Jamal at his church one time.
Jamal?
Bryant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The song made me think of Leandria.
Yeah,
what you just said.
We talking about Bishop Kenneth C. Omer,
Yeah.
his wife, the God. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever loved me. It's the way I feel. And listen, as much as y'all want to listen to this song through the lens of a man's experience, to all the ladies that's been through something, that say you would have never said that, you would have never did that if you actually loved me. That's why I love that y'all have embraced this song. We're number 2 on Billboard right now, and it means the world to me that y'all have embraced my heart. Right here on KJLH, it's your man Tyrese. It's like sex, man. You can't talk, you can't move after that. You just gotta let that thing marinate right there. Y'all feel that? Hey.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's why I can't listen to this song like that every day. It puts me right back. Now y'all might embrace this song in a very different way. This song is my truth. And I don't want to be reminded of my reality every day, so I can't listen to it. It hurts too bad.
We're Radio Free 102.3 KJLH. Tyrese is with me today, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm Tammi Mac, and this is Tyrese on the radio. Emmett, you actually had a question you wanted to ask Tyrese. Go for it.
Briefly.
Oh, let me turn your mic on. I'm sorry,
briefly.
my bad.
Just you spoke about what you've been going through. Moving forward, how do you measure if a woman is there for you or if she's just there to come up?
I like the other question better that you asked off air.
Would you do this again?
I have a song on my album entitled I Would Still Say I Do. I love the Lord Jesus Christ too much for me to lose faith in the sanctuary of marriage. If I was in the presence of a woman and I felt those butterflies that I remember feeling, it'd be a no-brainer. I'm in a relationship now with a woman who gave me those butterflies. And I thought that it would be impossible for me to ever like or allow myself to be liked. I thought it would be impossible for me to ever love or allow myself to be loved. See, a lot of people ain't single because people ain't interested. People are interested. When they make it obvious, your experiences are living in your head rent-free. Mm-hmm. Your ex has taken over your life for 10, 12, 15 years. Because even if you've dibbled and dabbled and messed around, you still cap it at a limit and say, I'm never going to allow myself to submerge that deep into anybody ever again.
Or you submerge again.
I'm a sucker for love. I love to love. I love the way love makes me feel. I love the way I make people feel in love. So yeah, I would still do it. What was your first question?
You don't remember the first question?
I don't remember.
Off
It's
air.
all right.
It's all right. It's all right. It'll come back
That was
to
his
you.
question off air that I just answered. It was one that you just asked.
Oh, he's saying the one that I cut you off on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. ADD. There you go. Inglewood.
I had a young lady call me just now, Tyrese, and since we've been on, you've said a couple of times, I don't care if people think I'm lying. I don't care, whatever, this is my truth.
Yeah.
A young lady just called me off air, and she said, Tammy, how does he look? Does he look like he's telling the truth?
First of all,
because she couldn't believe that a man, I would presume, of your caliber, of your status, would be talking the way you're talking because it doesn't sound real.
I don't even understand what you just said.
No, you don't. Okay, let me break it down. She just didn't think she wanted to know. Does it sound like
real? Does it not sound real because you all have gotten used to people projecting and gaslighting and creating so many facades, making you all think and believe that, oh no, I'm good, man. I'm good. Have we all gotten so used to people faking it and not telling the truth that when somebody finally tells the truth, you can't receive it as it being real? And I have some news for the woman that just called in. First of all, I'm not offended by the question. My truth is, if I was acting, if this was fake for me, who has to go this far while doing an interview just to promote a song? It's not that shit. I don't have no history with nobody in this room to feel comfortable with telling y'all what's actually on my mind. So pride and ego and not wanting to look weak and not be vulnerable in front of strangers is usually the button that we would all prefer to press. Because why would I be in here telling you and anybody that's listening on the airwaves how I actually feel? I don't have to go this far to promote a song. So, and then I am an actor. I've been acting for over 20 years.
Yes, sir.
So if you've never met anybody in your life who can come here and perform and act as if they're actually okay when they're really not, that would be me. And I would leave here like, he looked good to me. He was, I mean, I don't have to come in here and push through my acting I'm capable of acting like I'm good and having y'all with the naked eye and the feeling, but he was good.
Well, you do look good physically. You know what I mean? So I'm to share that with her.
It's all right. She'll never know.
You look great, Tyrese.
That's my answer. That's my answer. Like nobody has to go this far to promote a song. I've had more number ones than I can count. Who goes this far in 2023 to be on the airwaves faking it and just like sitting here with a whole monologue that's been created to try and convince people of something?
Right.
And it doesn't matter what I say. If you choose as a man or a woman to see things through the lens of the other side, then I've done my job from telling my truth, and she's going to do the same.
How do you heal? How do you go forward?
Every single day. I've only committed to 24 hours. I don't care about next week, next month, next year. I'm doing the best I can with every 24 hours I get. And I feel so much better now than I ever did with the first year of just the level of darkness and confusion. I'm past that. But I praise God to being in another relationship because I knew that although my curbside appeal and my celebrity and my money and I know I could have hit clubs day and night and been able to afford it. I was so happy to have not went to that spiraling on that level. Bottle services and just chicks in my crib day and night and all these different. I knew that wasn't my healing process.
I gotta say, you did get a bad rap on that whole court proceedings.
As far as
not sticking to the prenuptial agreement.
Yeah,
you did get a bad rap.
That's okay. It's what they did is illegal. And they're going to hear about it.
So you're going to continue to fight that?
I'm in the middle. Everything about all of that, God willing, is going to be overturned. Because somebody gets found guilty and they go to jail doesn't mean they actually did it. I've been able to survive the reputation of a crying video. This is all laughable to me. But if it was over for me, it would have probably been over after that video. God had other plans. So, yeah, I don't really know what type of challenges you have had to pull through, but most people didn't have to deal with a crying video and making them ugly faces on psych meds and then figure that they're going to have some type of career after it. So I just want to remind y'all that people will project that it's over. They will say, oh, man, he ain't going to be able to. I'm still here.
Indeed you are.
And it's mind-blowing to me that God continues to bless me and make my stage even bigger. I feel like some really strange thing happened. It was like, yo, man, I care for that brother. I love that brother in new ways that wasn't there before that. Because what ended up on the internet is what us as men normally deal with alone at home.
Privately.
Yeah. And so it was a meme. It was funny for those people who choose to make it funny. But there was something that got reactivated inside of people towards me. And I feel it every day. Like the hugs are different. People look at me from across the room differently. They like, yo, that brother right there been through some real stuff. And look at God. Look at what God. So I'd rather represent that over dealing with that and then it's over.
Right.
That's what the devil wanted. That was his attempt to knock my head off. But the stage is bigger. I'm being blessed in the presence of my enemies. I'm being blessed in the midst of people who spoke down on that challenging moment and created what the outcome of that's going to be. But there's nothing more scary than knowing that God has chosen certain men and women. We're marked. And even if we try and mess it up ourselves, God won't let us fail. That's my story. I believe it at this point.
Before I let you go, Tyrese, I'm doing a podcast called Happy, right? It's where I talk to celebrities about something, the worst thing that has happened to them in their lives. But now they're happy. Mm-hmm. And I want to know from you specifically, how do you get happy again?
I am happy. I'm happy
and
with
what specifically
I am
do
happy
you do to
with
get
the
there?
realization that I was married to someone who had an agenda. And if I had gotten another 5 or 10, 15 years out of it, I know that the pain and trauma that's been inflicted on me from being caught off guard would be even worse if I had stayed in it on that level for another 5 to 10 years. More kids, deeper into the world of marriage. I would be, I don't know. I got so many things that I'm happy about. It's really.
How did you get there? How do you think you got there?
I got there from prayer. I got there from asking God to reveal to me things that no human no therapist, no friend, no homie. There's no conversation that can get someone to understand the things that I now understand from my relationship with Jesus Christ.
All right.
And so I walk in that level of confidence and knowing that when you pray this prayer, and please hear me on this, Father God, I love you and I trust you. Please continue to clear out all things, people, and situations that no longer serve me. When you pray that prayer, you got to be very careful because he might clear out your wife. He might clear out your homie that you grew up with from childhood. He might clear out your favorite auntie. He might clear out all kind of fuzzy things. You talking all this mess about this person, but yet they still in your life. When you ask God to clear out all things, people, and situations that no longer serve me, he ain't gonna give you the heads up of who and what he's gonna clear out. But you gotta be ready to deal with it. That's been my prayer for years.
All right. Well, I guess I'll let you clear out now. Thank you for always bringing the truth and always talking real with us. I really do appreciate it, Tyrese.
I do the best I can.
Yes, and you do it well. Thank you. Tyrese, everybody. And, of course, we're going to be playing it. We're going to play.
Yeah. Let's go crazy on it.
We're going to do it again.
We're going to go old school. Call into the hotline. Request it. Go up on the social media. School. We need... For me to be at number 2 right now.
Oh, you're gonna
this is crazy.
You're gonna knock Babyface down.
That ain't the intention.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Tyrese. Bye.